This podcast is part of the Zeo to Hero Podcast Network. Hello, all my beautiful people. It's time for another fun episode of If You Give a Dad a Podcast, and I just want to say welcome to everyone who is listening right now. Whether this is your first time listening, or maybe you've been listening for a long time, I appreciate each and every one of you for being here today. So, you'll notice it is just me right now. Nick is not in the opener, but he will be joining us in the closer today. But we have a really cool episode and a really cool interview to do today. I am talking with Daniel from Legacy of Nerd. We talk about all kinds of really cool stuff, and I know that you guys are really going to enjoy this. I am excited for it, and I think that this one is going to be a lot of fun. So, if you guys are as excited as I am, then let's get this show on the road.
If You Give a Dad a Podcast.
Whoa. Hey, Dad.
Bodacious, yeah.
And that's where Beerus was created.
Oh my gosh, it was the best experience of my entire time in wrestling.
Hunky Dory.
Seriously?
I think you said Undead Assassin so perfectly.
Where you kind of like cocked your head to one side and you're like, wait a minute, you're the Witchman?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did the series The Beauty.
Jared, that was beautiful.
It was Deadpool, but if Deadpool were, Jason Voorhees or Freddy Krueger.
Bruh.
I did those on my own, and I got in trouble for them.
Oh, no.
I'm a fine, upstanding citizen. I don't know what you're talking about, Bert.
And just a reminder before we get started here, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to iGadap wherever it is you're listening. Hit that notification bell so you are notified when a new episode drops. Also, make sure that you go out there and rate and review this episode. Tell me what you think of it. And the more people that do that, the more likely I am to be recommended to somebody else. Now, on to the show. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming back to the show. My name is Jared. I am the host here at If You Give a Dad a Podcast. I have with me a really cool guest tonight. It's somebody who, I don't know if he remembers this or not, but he has already kind of been a part of something on If You Give a Dad a Podcast in the past. We'll kind of talk about that here in a minute and everything, but he is the founder of Legacy of Nerd, and he is one of the best geeky sources when it comes to news. And I am talking about Daniel. Man, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you. It's fun to be on.
Yeah. I've, we've kind of talked back and forth a little bit here and there, through the different social media sites. I mean, Instagram, you name it, we kind of interact on all of those. So I was like, you know what? I know that you've done stuff with Billy and Jim from Zeo to Hero. I was like, why don't I bring you on here and we can talk? So
yeah, those are fun guys. I like talking to them. I talk to Billy a little bit more, but yeah, those are some good people right there.
Yeah, I told him that we were talking tonight, and he was like, well, what's the theme? I said, I don't know. Legacy of Nerd stuff. And he was like, I'm going to slap you. I was like, well, you gotta catch him first. So.
That sounds exactly like him, too. That's something he would say.
For sure. So I know that this show kind of, or Legacy of Nerd kind of started out as a toy hunting thing that you were doing. And so that's kind of morphed a lot since you started. And
unintended.
Yeah. You still do the hunting though, right?
I still do. So I had started off as a toy hunting channel. I had gotten really sick like in May of 2022. And I was kind of like, couldn't walk a lot. I basically had like a infection of my knee joint. So so like I was literally like had to sit a lot. So I was watching a lot of toy hunting videos, and I'd already like toy hunted and stuff like that, and I was already a collector, and I just never recorded it. Right. And I was always kind of like, well, I saw him do it, and I was like, well, why don't I just record it? This is literally what I'm doing, So I started doing that as soon as I could start walking and driving, going places on my own again. Yeah. And not even probably by my third toy hunting video, my fiance at the time told me that we were pregnant. And so immediately it was just like, well, I can't afford that anymore. So, I had always kind of been a Power Rangers, or I'd always been a Power Rangers fan, but the channel had always kind of leaned towards Power Rangers, and I just kind of really leaned into it at that time. And then from then to now, it's just completely changed from what I had thought I was going to be to what I am becoming. It's crazy kind of the road to now from there for sure.
Yeah, it's funny because you said you started this in 22. I actually started doing my podcast in 2022 as well, in March of that year. So it's cool to see, you said that things have changed a lot with what you're doing. And from if anybody who listens to the first episode, I had no idea what I was going to do with this show.
Yeah.
And I started out actually with a lot of wrestling and stuff at the beginning, and then over time it's been able to morph. I've had anime guests on, and now I've had Power Ranger guests on here, and it's just been something, that morphs over time. And that just goes to show, just because you start out one way doesn't mean it has to continue, and you can let it morph into something more.
It's very true. I mean, I think as long as you lean into your interests and things that you know and like, it'll always come easy to you. I remember, when I started interviewing Rangers, I remember someone telling me, like, when you're talking to them, you're passionate, or when you're talking about Power Rangers, you're very passionate. It's like, well, I know this stuff. I know this stuff well.
Yeah.
And I care about this stuff. So I think when that conveys itself to recording, whether it be video, audio, whatever, I think people latch onto that. And that's where communities and audiences grow, because they see you're not faking it. You know what I mean? Like, you care about these things. So it was interesting about wrestling. I actually really like wrestling.
Do you?
I can't keep up with it all the time, but I've been trying. That's been an audience I've been trying to break for like a year now or so. And I've made a little bit of headway on it, but that's something I really want to cover more in the future on my stuff as well. But I really like wrestling. I actually forgot this weekend was SummerSlam, so I saw a little bit of night one, and then last night we were just so busy with the baby, I didn't even. I forgot about it, but I tuned in like right as the press conferences were starting. I just found out that like what happened with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I was like, oh man, I missed that. Like, I would have loved to see that, but yeah.
So I actually didn't get to tune in until right as John Cena and Cody's match was starting last night. Cool. So I did get to see that one. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I was like, I got to watch live John Cena's last match on SummerSlam. So that was kind of cool. Yeah. Me and my co-host Nick actually have been going back and forth on one thing, and I had a theory that what happened with CM Punk and Rollins, I've been saying it all along. He's going to come back, and he's not really injured, So that I've been trying to get more into doing that stuff on the show. Like, we'll talk about some of the bigger stuff. Actually,
he stole that really well, though. Like,
he did, yeah. But my thing is they showed him on TV too much. And when they're showing it to you, that means they're wanting you to see it. And a lot of times when it's real life, they try to hide that from you.
Then again, they did that with CM Punk. Like, when he got hurt after Royal Rumble last year, they kept him on screen a lot. You remember? Right. But he really was hurt. So
that's true.
So it kind of played into that, I think, a little bit, especially with it being CM Punk. Yeah. I think they were trying to like sort of like replicate that situation, and then just have Seth Rollins just blow it all up, which I think that's just great TV. So
for sure. What's funny is so I'm the reason why Billy actually started getting back into wrestling and everything. So because he would listen to my podcast.
He needs another fandom to be a part of it.
Right? Yeah. So he'll like message and be like, "Did you see that on Monday night?" Like, I think right now, Raw's been going on for about an hour and everything. I'm surprised he hasn't sent anything in the group about it. But, I mean, it's been really cool to be able to see him get into it and start seeing, his thoughts on different ones that are coming in. And a lot of what I had, though, for the first part of the show was indie wrestlers. Like, I went to my very first indie wrestling show, like a week before I recorded my first episode. So I talked about it. And I was like, it'd be really cool to get some of those wrestlers on here. And now I've had like every single one that was on that show have been on my show.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's been really cool.
Actually, last year I did the same thing. I had we have a really big local wrestling community here in San Antonio.
Yeah.
And so I was big part of that, actually.
Okay.
Not a big part of it, but like I was getting them matches at cons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know quite a bit of them here locally. I think we've had one or two of them on my live streams
that's
that
cool.
I don't do anymore very regularly, but that's just because I'm lazy. But
man, it's a lot of work trying to keep up with all the different versions of social media and trying to do the different types of media, especially like you said, you have a kid. You know, I've got two, mine are teenagers, and I still have a hard time finding time for everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that like I've been trying to do more live streams lately, and you're right. It's just like it's getting to the point for me where like sleep is being like it's inconvenient for me. So it's like and these because I have no downtime. Like I have no downtime. It's either a full-time job, I have the baby, I have husband duties. I'm keeping up. I'm apparently running an entire media outlet by myself, and then YouTube videos and live streams. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. So that was actually one of my questions. Is this something that you do by yourself? Is this a one-man team?
Majority of it is a one-man team. I do have a little bit of help sometimes with Kat, my lady Kat, that she jumps on sometimes.
Okay.
And then at San Diego Comic-Con, I actually drafted General Kenobi's bunker, my friend Jose.
Nice.
And he helped me while we were there. He's not officially a part of the team because he's already part of a team. So I just kind of borrowed him for a weekend. But we help each other a lot in different aspects of that. But mostly as far as like everything that you have seen on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, almost I think Kat's maybe done 2 videos on her own on YouTube. But otherwise it's all me. It's all me. I make every single image. I make every single meme. I make every single news image. I make every single short reel. And I've made 99.9% of every video on YouTube. So it is mostly me.
that is very impressive, because one thing that I have written down here to say to you is that if I see something come out on your page, I know that it's legit. And a lot of times you're one of the first ones that I see it from too, as a news source. And so not only are you, one of the only ones who does this for your page, you're getting this information and getting it out quickly to everybody as well. So, I mean, that's really amazing that you're able to do that.
I'm really trying to, as far as the stuff like you see on Facebook and Instagram, I'm really trying to make sure, not only the news gets out quick, because like someone's always, you're never going to be first, right? So it's like, unless there's been, maybe 10 or 12 times that I have gotten information directly from something where I was breaking news, right? But that's out of all, I mean, we're probably into thousands of news stories that I've put out right now.
Right.
But it's about being as clear and simple as possible and getting the message out. I see a lot of people overpack their images with words and pictures and stuff like that. And it's really, it's just keeping it super simple, and that anyone, even if they're remotely interested in it, can get the information, understand what I'm talking about in that stuff. So that's I think that's the real key to what I'm doing, even though some of the things I do is really early. And it's not only that, it's because, like I said, I have no downtime. When people look at their phone just to doom scroll, or just look at their phone just to look at their phone, I'm looking at my phone and I'm working. So those little in between, even if it's 20 seconds, is like I'm checking the feeds or any news. Okay, news. Okay. And I can get out a meme probably, or a news image most of the time within 2 minutes. So it doesn't take me very long. It used to take me longer, but now I have templates and all that stuff, right?
Gotcha.
So I can get that information out as soon as I see it pretty quickly. Even if I'm doing something else, because I don't do anything else. It's funny because people are like, how are you doing this all the time? And the worst example, it's probably the worst and best example, is like, those times you're sitting on the toilet and you're just kind of looking at your phone and you're just those are the times I'm doing my best work at those times, honestly. Like, I'm focusing and it's just like, okay, I'm good, and it's just I just don't have any downtime. And that's something that like I kind of accepted like maybe a year ago, is like what it was going to be like for me. Because I feel like I am to where I love the feeling of seeing results,
Right.
and I'm seeing results, and that's kind of where we're at. We've grown tremendously in the last 2 years have been insane. I can almost like October of 2024. Was it October 2024? Yeah. October 2024 is when that does sound right. When like it all changed, and I saw it happen for a lot of pages.
Right.
And I basically tried to find out what was happening at that time, and I finally figured it out. Was that basically the internet decided it was going to change how SEO worked.
Okay.
And so a lot of pages, a lot of YouTube channels, a lot of Instagram and Facebook pages started to grow around that time because the algorithms started to be different for everything. So that's where I can kind of trace it to. I mean, you can also trace it to that's where a lot of those TikTokers they started seeing a downward trend on their stuff.
Right.
People that were being really big before then started going real lower.
Right.
And so but that's when I kind of started to grow a lot. But I want to say like in October of 2024, I maybe total out of everything, I maybe had 5,000 followers total.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'm over 300,000 now.
That's insane, man.
That's
awesome, though. I mean, it shows, that what you're doing is paying off. The hard work, like you said, you're seeing the results. And there's two things that I remember recently that came out, and you were the first one that I saw, and you might have been one of the first ones to break it. And it was the Tommy Oliver Funkos that were coming out. I did see that from you first, and then just that was one of the things that I only had. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it like actually being able to be like, I'm the first one to be able to break this news?
It was cool, honestly. And I knew somebody that was in the building, and they saw it. The problem was they weren't a Power Rangers fan, so they didn't know exactly what they saw. Right. So I was like trying to, did it have like gold streaks? Did it have, know what I mean? Like I was trying to break it down. They're like, dude, it was black. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was just like, oh God, oh my God. And so anyways, but it was cool because I knew, like, since I knew the person was legit in the building, so it was like, okay,
right,
this is like really, really real. So, it was like, and it just kind of fit with everything. Like, I knew everything about the documentaries really early too. And that was one thing that I knew. I don't think I solely knew that, but I think I broke the news first, and I beat some people because I knew other people had the info, and I was just like, I'm not waiting anymore. So I had already known for a couple months, and someone asked me to not tell anybody, and then I was like, well, other people know now, so I'm breaking it, and they're like, whatever. So it's like,
I think I remember seeing something about that. I don't remember which part it was, but I remember you bringing something out, and I was like, oh wow. What did you think of that documentary? I mean, I have my own thoughts. I've asked certain people that I know that, know some of the people who the documentary was about. And, so what was your kind of thoughts on it?
I think it was entertaining. I mean, if you're a Power Rangers fan or, you're in the community, even just like half foot in, I think there's a lot of things that you knew.
Right.
There were some things I didn't know, especially with the Audrey Dubois stuff.
Yeah.
Although, like, it feels like she's changed her tune a couple different times, or her story a couple different times. The stuff from Tony Oliver was new, but I think they would start on a topic, and there's some things that we knew the ending to it, and they didn't end it. You know what I mean? So I remember I did a video on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, we're going to finish what they didn't start, or what they started. You know what I mean? So and so that video actually did really well because people wanted more, and I actually gave them the ends of those stories that they kind of just like, okay, we're moving on now, which I understood, like, for pacing and everything like that.
Well, I mean, it kind of led up to the one big at the end. Everything was kind of leading there.
And it's funny because they I think they knew things, and be careful with what I say here. I'm sure there are things that they found out, and I really thought they would put them in, and they didn't.
Okay.
And so I was curious how that was going to go, and they went with you know, I don't
Yeah.
even want to say the well known story as like I
Right.
think they were,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
but they had the opportunity to
I
take
did
it way further.
Yeah, I did have one person that I asked, and they knew people that
Yeah.
were, the documentary is about, and they said there was a lot that was left out, So
Yeah, for sure.
I'll just leave it at that, But they said that no, they didn't even want to watch it because they knew how much was being left out. So,
Yeah.
but it's still interesting to hear people's side of what it was, because the documentary that we have so far, and
Right.
so it was interesting to watch, and at the end I just felt sad, that's just where I was at. So so moving on to something a little bit more exciting, you actually just got back from San Diego Comic-Con,
Right.
and so I'm guessing you got to do all kinds of cool interviews while you were there.
We did some interviews.
Yeah.
I didn't do any interviews.
Oh.
My team did.
Okay.
I kind of focused on coverage because that's what I could do quickly,
Gotcha.
so
Yeah.
But yeah, we got invited, or I guess I got invited as press to San Diego.
That's cool.
Which was cool. So I took that opportunity. I felt like I learned more this year.
Yeah.
And so I think I'm more prepared for it next year.
Yeah.
Of how I would do it. And I knew it was kind of happen. I knew I need to experience how to do it.
Yeah.
Or get an idea of how to do it. And that way next year be more effectively. So when you apply as press, they approve you for 2 years.
Okay.
So I'm already confirmed for next year.
Awesome.
And then I would have to reapply.
Yeah.
But I feel more comfortable about it. We got a lot of invitations and access. There's a lot of activations outside of San Diego, they can't fit all the cool stuff inside, so they'll do stuff on the lawns, at the hotel, at bars and stuff like that. So we did get invited by DC Studios, which was really cool. There was a Peacemaker activation.
Oh, cool.
Called Peace Fest. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
We got invited by Paramount Plus to their activation. It was called The Lodge, which that was really cool. They fed us there. That was really nice.
Wow.
Hulu FX invited us to Alien Earth, their activation out there, which was really cool.
Yeah.
And that's probably where I got the most free stuff from. I got so much free stuff from them.
Cool.
But that was cool. And then I just kind of I did go to a Superman thing with Old Spice. So they gave me a deodorant stick. But
right on.
Yeah, but they had a cool little rocket that you went inside. It was kind of cool.
Cool.
But yeah, it was. I think this year, I was just kind of trying to, do the activation. I would think next year I would do less activations.
Okay.
I would think I would need one more person, so I'm not sure how that would work out. But
Gotcha.
because they only give you 2 press passes. But I got to do the press pit in Hall H, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I got to be next to, right there, right next to a lot of the Tron Ares cast,
right?
Peacemaker cast, Predator cast.
Nice.
Got this cool. Predator.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. This mask. I know there's all audio, but I got a Predator mask.
That's so cool.
Got a Peacemaker mask somewhere around here too. But yeah, it was a really cool experience. I enjoyed it. It did get I got some good coverage. I was one of the first ones to break. They had I was the first one. I was before Screen Rant, Hollywood Reporter, and everyone else. I was the first one before them to get. They had a Masters of the Universe.
Oh yeah,
wall.
Yeah. I saw that.
And they had the Power Sword and the Havoc staff there, and I just stumbled upon it, and I was it was preview night, and I got it. I took pictures of it, and I just sat in the corner, and I made my little news images as fast as I could.
That's funny.
And I was looking through it, and I beat Hollywood Reporter, Variety, Screen Rant, and IGN on it. And I was like, yes,
wow.
Okay, cool. And then I went to the Boom Studios panel, and Amy Jo had said she wanted to direct some episodes of the Disney Plus show when it came out.
Yeah.
Or when they started. And so I put that out there just kind of because there was nothing that they were covering in Boom Studios that was interesting. So I put that out there. That went way further than I thought it would go. And so I got that. I got some of the Playmates panel as well. But yeah, I was mostly coverage for this one.
Well, Amy, I know she's been saying something for quite a while. Ever since Hasbro ended it, she's been putting stuff out on Twitter, because I think I retweeted one that she did, and she was like, don't end it, give me a shot at it, so
Yeah.
It's something she's been very vocal about wanting to do. So that's cool that that might, or that will be happening.
Honestly, that Boom Studios panel was kind of awkward when it came to
Was
her.
it?
Yeah, so I had met her earlier. I met her preview night. She was at the Boom Studios booth, and they had a bunch of good stuff at the booth, by the way. But she was having a signing, and first of all, out of all the Mighty Morphin Rangers, I'm pretty sure she's the most affordable as far as her prices. Yeah, which is I was kind of surprised about. I would think she was actually more expensive than any of them.
Yeah,
but she was the most affordable. So I met her briefly, got her autograph, and took a picture. And I was like, yeah, like I did interview your boyfriend last year for the return. She's like, oh, I know who you are. She's like, I remember you. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I watched that. I watched that in a couple videos. I was like, what, really? Like, you watched me? And she was like, yeah, I liked it. That was really cool. And I was like, oh, this is freaking awesome. And I was just like, and then I just started like smiling and all stupid and everything like that, which was great because I had to take a picture about that time. So it was like, that was a really cool experience. But no, that Boom Studios panel was just, her part of it was kind of awkward because she kept on, she would like, her and her boyfriend, they really want to make the sequel. And he had told me before he wanted to make the sequel, right? So what he had told me last year is that they had broken the story like a week before me and him talked.
Oh,
and
okay.
So like we figured it out for the sequel. And I was like, and I remember at that time I asked him, I guess I could talk about it now because they're kind of vocal about it now, but like he was just like, we're just waiting for Boom Studios to greenlight it, right?
Yeah.
And then remember we saw that hole where the comic book series ended, and we're pretty sure what Hasbro told them was like to stay away from an ongoing series of Mighty Morphin, so they did Prime and all that.
Right.
Anyways, so they were saying like, well, we want to do a sequel, but Boom Studio needs to greenlight it, and the executives were sitting right over across from them, and they would look at them, and they'd be like, no, okay, moving on. And it's just like that happened like 3 or 4 times, not even joking. And I'm like, at some point, like the first time it was a joke, the second time was a hint, the third time you're just pissed, like you know what I mean? It's like, they kept on just looking like, are we greenlighting it? No, okay, all right, next question. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wow. So yeah, that was pretty much it for the Boom Studios panel. But Ryan Parrott was there for a second. We was talking about the Ninja Turtles 3. Power Rangers 3, just a little bit about that, but not that much, because I guess Boom Studios is like, they're scared of their editors or something, because they would look over them. Can I say this? Nope. Okay. So just a lot of that.
Just a bunch of no over there.
It's just a bunch of no's. I'm looking over at the guy, and he's just smiling. And I'm like, I think he's mad because they're calling him out every single time. So
yeah, there was a meeting later for sure.
For sure.
So you've actually ran some panels and stuff at cons before, correct?
Yeah, I have.
Do you prefer doing just the media, or do you like doing the panels and stuff yourself?
I don't know. I really took a step back this year from doing cons and panels and stuff like that. I don't think I've done a panel this year. I just got hired for one for NostalgiaCon in Houston in 2 weeks. So
nice.
I'll be doing that one. But as far as, I kind of enjoy the media more. Now you asked me that a year and a half ago. All I wanted to do was panels, right? But I think I've done them now, and like that was cool. And I accomplished something, and I'm kind of off to the new thing now. You know what I mean? So
right.
I like doing, getting these news stories out. I think they service me more. What I do like about the cons is going to the cons and meeting people, and not only just like meeting, the guests or stuff like that, but meeting like attendees and fans that are there and talking to them and nerding out and stuff like that, because I'm in my, I work from home a lot. So I'm in my here by myself a lot. So I do like going to cons to be with the community, but I think lately I've been trying to advance that my media career more. I guess you can call it career now, right? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
I get paid that stuff. So yeah,
there you go.
Trying to do that, and I think my next big step I really want to do for that is try to start getting to some press junkets.
Okay.
And I think that's the next goal for me for sure. But still working on that, and hopefully that will present itself soon. But as far as the question, I think right now I enjoy the media more, honestly.
Okay.
But I still like going to cons. It's just I went to San Diego.
Yeah.
I went to Ranger Stop, but I went as a fan.
Okay.
That was fun. That was an experience.
Yeah.
And that's all I've gone to this year. For sure. That's it, pretty much.
Okay. Who would you say so far has been your favorite person to interview?
Oh, there's different like versions of that, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's like who's been the most interesting, who's been the most, exciting, who's the most cool one. Like one of the coolest ones is probably Justin Nemo.
Okay.
The Silver Ranger from InSpace. He's a really cool guy. It's a really cool interview. You can just talk to him just plain and you're fine. You know what I mean?
Right.
The most interesting has been like Kerrigan Mahan, the voice of Goldar.
Yeah.
Because that interview was just unhinged. It was non-linear. It was just like all over the place, man. Like whatever he says on his mind, he just, or he thinks on his mind, he just says it. So I actually didn't want to edit that I had it in my computer for 6 months. I didn't want to edit it because I was just like, it's just going to be so difficult. And I think I ended up using like 50% of the interview because it was just, I couldn't make it make sense with the regular. And it took an astoundingly long time to edit. But I finally put it out and I actually think it did okay. But yeah, also another really fun interview was Robbie Rist.
Okay.
The original movie Michelangelo. That dude.
Okay.
Ball of energy. Such good vibes off of him, like positive vibes. The dude, his regular voice is Michelangelo. So it's like it was just cool just talking to him. And he let me like take the interview wherever I wanted to go. Like he even did the voice for what he would do for Last Ronin. Because he wants to do Last Ronin. I was like, what's your Last Ronin voice? And he does the voice. And I'm like,
that's cool.
I was like, okay. It's like he already has it figured out and everything like that. So it was cool talking to him. That one outside of Power Rangers was pretty fun. Another fun one was definitely oh my god. He's the Crow. Mark. Oh my god, it's gonna bug me. Mark, he's gonna be a Legend of the White Dragon too.
Okay.
Mark is gonna bug me. I gotta look it up, man. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. We can cut this part out. Yeah.
Mark Dacascos. There we go. Mark Dacascos.
Okay.
He was in John Wick 3. He's gonna be in Legend of the White Dragon. He's gonna be, or he was the original, technically the original Red Ranger, and that was the first time I had to go through an agent. Yeah. To like get approved to interview somebody, but like once I got there, because his agent gave me like kind of a list of things I couldn't talk about.
Okay.
And I asked him, I was like, okay, your agent gave me this stuff. He's like, no, I'm good. And I was like, okay.
So I haven't ran across that quite yet. I did when I first started doing this show. I had them give me like almost like a script for one, and it was like a country music singer out of Nashville, and they were like, "Here's the things that we want you to talk about," and they just wanted me to stick to that. It ended up being like the entire episode, including like commercials, opener, closer, was like 25 minutes long and everything because like I ran out of stuff to talk about. Because also they just like their answers were like, yep,
or yes or no,
nope.
Yes or no.
Yeah, exactly. So have you had any that have been like that?
I'm trying to think. I don't think I have.
They're rough, man. They're rough. It's
and it's I've experienced interviews like that in a different way. So like with my personal job and stuff like that. But I don't think I have. I can't think of anyone right off the bat. I think Christopher Kamen Lee started off like that.
Okay.
But I think I appealed to his ego and he started to open up. So,
we started talking about Star Wars and then he opened up.
I did too. I think that's where I went too. And I was like, yeah. And I did that early in the interview and he was like, okay. So we just started. But at first it was definitely yes or no. Yeah. Like maybe 1 to 2 questions in, but it didn't go that way. But yeah, I can see how he could be closed off to other people for sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He and then I was talking to DJ and he's like, "Yep, if you want to get him to talk about something for like an hour, just bring up Star Wars." So
see, I didn't even know that. I just got lucky then.
Yeah.
That's smart though. DJ's cool though. I like DJ.
DJ's great. I was actually talking to him today because I finally watched Sinners. And he was like, dude, you got to watch that movie. And so I finally had some time and I watched it. And I sent him a message like, you were right. That movie was amazing. And I need more movies like that now.
Yeah,
so,
it was a good movie.
Yeah.
I actually met Colin at San Diego, Colin Bass.
Did you?
Yeah, he was at an event.
He's great.
Yeah, he's so cool. I met him in person. He was so tired.
Yeah.
I felt so bad, but he was just like, he looks at me, he's like, you don't know how happy I am right now to see a familiar face. And I was like, are you okay? He was like, I'm okay. He's like, give me a hug. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's funny.
But you could tell he was just like done. Like he was so tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very hardworking guy for sure. Like he's always busy every time I talk to him. But yeah.
I think he thinks I'm mad at him. So he came on my channel one time and he's a little unfiltered, right? And but he's not bad. Like he's just like he says all that's on his mind. But I think he thinks like I'm mad at him because he hasn't been on since. And it's not because that, is just because like every time I do something, I have either too many already or I'm not doing anything. So it's like I was like, yeah, you're invited anytime. He's like, oh, I'll be good. I'm like, what are you talking about? So I don't know. I think he thinks he's mad, but I'm not mad at him. He's cool, man.
That's funny. I've had him on the show 3 times already. It's all
that makes me look bad. That makes
this
me look
year
bad,
too. So. Yeah. Well, he can hear this now, and no, he's not mad at you, Colin. Yeah.
I'm just really busy, dude. That's all right. So I need to do more live streams though, for sure.
Oh yeah, I would love to see some of those. I haven't got to watch any of the live streams yet. I think the only live stream I've watched recently was either something that one of the guys from Zero to Hero did, or it was More Phenomenal. I think did. Actually, my interview that I did with More Phenomenal was because one of them was streaming on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
and. I just jumped on there and then we set up an interview through that while he played Fortnite.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah. So we're going to kind of switch it up here again just a minute. And I kind of want to ask you a few things because I was reading about, your bio that you have on your website and everything. Mm-hmm. And you kind of started with X-Men and Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles and things like that. Who was your favorite X-Men?
Oh, okay. Growing up, it's probably Wolverine.
Okay.
I would say it's more Cyclops now.
Okay.
But that's a good question. I do like Archangel, and stuff like that.
He was so cool looking.
I was so cool looking. And then, but I think growing up, it was definitely Wolverine.
Yeah.
But now it's probably more Cyclops now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always been the Wolverine guy. Had more Wolverine comics than pretty much any of them.
Yeah, I think I was always a little bit more into DC though. So it was like, but X-Men out of all of Marvel, it would have been X-Men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for sure.
That was me. I do a lot of DC, but my Marvel that I had was Wolverine, but otherwise I was either Batman, Superman, or Flash. I did a lot of mostly Superman. Superman's my favorite. In fact, I'm wearing a Superman t-shirt right now from the movie.
Nice.
The new one. So yeah.
I think I started reading Wolverine, like what I started reading and actually understanding what I was reading.
Yeah.
Was when he lost his adamantium.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah.
But that was kind of like my intro. Like, and then of course like the cartoon and there was even, I don't know if you remember the Pride of X-Men.
I do. Well,
I remember I watched that. We had that on VHS and I watched that all the time.
Yeah.
Just over and over when he had the Australian accent.
Yeah.
So I remember watching that. But yeah, that's a good question though. I would even say Nightcrawler also. Now that I'm thinking about it, but yeah,
Nightcrawler's good. Yeah,
like
he has a rich backstory too.
Yeah.
So so does Wolverine. I mean, his is probably the most developed, I would say, out of all of them. But that was one thing I did like about X-Men is they gave you a backstory for their characters and stuff. And it was for everyone. There was lots of different, people that you can consider a main character on there, but they all had rich backgrounds that you could go into and see, and it kind of helped you to figure out why they were where they were at. It even made sense why Magneto was the way he was, because of his childhood and everything. You know, it made sense. And so that's one reason why I kind of went towards X-Men a lot.
Yeah, that was it for sure. I think also, you know, now that if you try to analyze it more now, especially with X-Men, more so than X-Men than anything else, but like, you know, since it had such more diverse cast, right? So it's like, you know, there was something to relate for everyone. You know what I mean? So whether it's, you know, not to make it, you know, about race or anything, but you know, a lot of the most popular superheroes look one way. You know what I mean? So and then you get to X-Men and everyone looks different. Not only that, they have mutations, so some are even blue or green or red or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so it takes it even further. So you know, like Nightcrawler, who's German, right? And then you have Wolverine, Canadian. You have Storm, who's African, right? You have all these different, you know, diverse backgrounds now to add to that as well. So yeah, I think that's why probably X-Men took off so much that it did. Remember, X-Men took off about the same time. Obviously, it took off in the comics, but like really on a mainstream, super mainstream around the cartoon. Same time as Power Rangers. Power Rangers, again, another diverse cast that people can find somebody on the cast to relate to, you know, and in different ways rather than just personality, but also, you know, appearance as well. So there's a lot of good things about, you know, X-Men and Power Rangers are very alike in those ways. So
what is your favorite season of Power Rangers?
It's probably always gonna be season 3.
Okay.
I feel like that's when it was the biggest for me. Like they just had the movie. The Ninja Zords are my favorite. Setazords. Tommy, I feel like was at his peak power during White Ranger era. So it's always gonna be season 3. I think that's when it was the biggest for me. I mean, I was there from day one, obviously, but you know, you just had a freaking movie. You know what I mean? So it's like
exactly.
I think that's when it was big for me.
I rewatched. So I didn't grow up with TV in the home. But I had the VHS of the movie at my grandma's house, and I watched it so much that it stopped working because every time I was there, I watched that movie. There was 2 movies that I watched. It was that, and it was Ninja Turtles 3. That's the one where they go
back in time.
Back in time. Yeah, those 2 movies. I watched the crap out of those.
That's cool. That's fun. When I was doing the Robbie Wrist interview, I put out a short. And I get a lot of comments on YouTube still, like every day. Like, you know, I had the VHS and I wore it out. So like, you know, those types of movies on VHS for sure. I don't know. There was a lot of movies. I remember watching like in kindergarten, like every day I had to watch Hook.
Okay.
Hook.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think like after that, if I had like a video that I watched all the time. But I remember watching Hook like every day for like a year. I had to. I think my parents were sick of it. But I had to stop watching it because I got in trouble at school because I think there's a part, I can't remember what they say exactly, but you know, they go, ha ha, hag. They call somebody a hag, and I said that's just another kid at school.
Oh no!
And so I was quoting the pirates out of all the bad ones. So I remember I had to stop watching that because of that. So I was quoting pirates.
Oh, no.
And that kid, you know, I say that movie is a kid friendly movie, but there's some lines in that movie that were meant for the parents to laugh at.
Gotcha. And for sure.
Yeah, I was remembering them too well apparently at that time.
So going back to the toy side of everything, did you get any of the reignition ones?
I did. I got the Morpher.
Okay.
Because I need to get a couple more because I'm actually going to use them as props for my wedding. And then we're gonna do like a photo ops with it and stuff like that.
That's cool.
And then I got a couple of the flip heads. I got the red and green. I got Rita.
Yeah.
And when I went to San Diego, I met the VP of Playmates.
Yeah.
And he gave me this. So the VP of Playmates.
Look at you.
This. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So,
that is pretty freaking cool. Yeah.
But I got them. I think the only thing I've been impressed with so far is the Blade Blaster, actually, which I got. The only thing I didn't pay money for.
Yeah.
I guess is good. Makes it better. But honestly, I opened up one of the flip heads, the red one, and I reviewed it, and I gave it to my kid. I gave it to my daughter, and she actually really likes it, which I think is I need to put the ending to that story on YouTube is like because I was like, you know, it's a toy, you know, like it's okay, you know, as far for me, it's not for me, and you know, I kind of was leave it at that. But since then, I gave it to her, and she plays with it every single day.
That's
so
cool. Well, it's a way to connect
Yeah.
with you too, because I'm
Right.
sure she sees, all that you have behind you, and so she's like,
she doesn't come in here very often.
okay,
But she does see it. She has seen it. There's a couple
Yeah.
toys that she's allowed to play with when she gets in here.
yeah,
If I need to watch her, but when
Right.
I'm in here, which
right,
I try to watch her out there.
right,
But
yeah,
she no, she actually I don't even think she knows. I'll be honest. So when I gave it to her, she goes, Batman. And so I don't even know she knew Batman. And
Yeah.
so she thinks it's Batman. But
That's funny.
she plays with it. I think she has fun with it. She figured out the flip head function of it.
Okay.
So when she figured it out,
Yeah.
and she's 2,
Yeah.
she plays. I think she plays with. It's one of her everyday toys in her car seat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. So I got a couple of them, and I went to go back to go get a few more, and it's already changed out at my Walmart. It's not there anymore. Like,
really?
Yeah. And I saw online, I don't know if this is true or if somebody was just making a joke, but I've already seen them in clearance aisles, like people taking pictures of them on there.
I saw that too. I need to go check because $10 for a Zord is not bad. Those Zords are huge. They're
are
like really, really big. So I would totally go get that. The only reason I haven't gotten the Zords yet is because I didn't see all 5 of them. So I was like, I'm not one of those. I am a toy reviewer, but I'm not one of those that needs to be first. And I think as far as when it comes to Power Ranger toys, I think I've earned, the respect of the audience where I don't need to be first in something.
Absolutely.
And I can come back later and talk about it, and they'll want to listen because, it's what's my opinion of it, sort of thing.
Right.
And it's taken a while to get there, but I think that's something that I kind of have, but I'm not really out to go out, spend a lot of money. I was really big on trying to find Superman stuff because that stuff was so hard to find.
Yeah.
And I was probably doing more toy hunt videos than I'd ever done before to find that. But I'm kind of good right now. I would rather just wait because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a 5-pack anyways.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just wait to get the 5-pack and then I'll do that way.
Well, aren't they going to do a collector's edition of like all the figures too?
They did. You can already order them on Walmart.
Okay.
It's fun. They were talking about that on the Playmates panel, and they said that this was 2 weeks ago, they had already sold 10% of what they were going to make.
Oh wow!
So they had 90% left at that time. So whatever Walmart has right now, that's all they're going to make for Playmates.
Okay. Wow.
Actually, I probably should put a news. I don't think anyone else has put a news thing about that either. So breaking news right here.
Breaking news. Well, doesn't come out till next week, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know how well those things are selling. So there could be like 80% left still at that time. But,
that's true. That's true. So, what about a Power Rangers hot take? We had to do this the other day for the 3 Ranger Bros studios, and so I thought I'd ask you this: what's your Power Rangers hot take?
Oh man, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
It kind of put you on the spot. Sorry.
I've probably said it before, but I don't think Power Rangers need Super Sentai to succeed.
Oh yeah, I totally I agree with that.
Every time I say that, people get super mad at me. But
really,
I've said that before on my pages or on videos, and they get very angry when I say that. But I really don't think they need it. So I don't think everything, especially lately. I don't think anything Super Sentai wise would really translate well to American audiences.
Right.
And so I don't think it needs Super Sentai. I don't think the heart of Power Rangers is Super Sentai, despite it always relying on Super Sentai.
Right.
I think it relies on different things. There's the diverse cast, there's the message that it has and everything. There's there's different things that Super Sentai doesn't necessarily, accentuate that Power Rangers does, that I think to find casts that actually work well together all the time. I don't know how they do it, but I always say like 90% of the series, the cast seem to mesh together so well.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that is for Super Sentai, but that's almost all the time for Power Rangers. So I don't think they need Super Sentai to succeed. That'd probably be my hot take.
All right.
Get some comments, for that one. We'll see.
Hey, I agree with you on that, and so sounds. I love that. So we're kind of coming up close to a close here. I got a few more questions to ask you. then we'll get you off of here. Do you have anything coming up that maybe you want to talk about?
So I'm just one of those guys that I never know what's next for me.
Right.
I don't have any schedule
Mm-hmm.
as far as my content goes. The only thing I know, I'm going to be at NostalgiaCon in Houston,
Yeah.
August 22nd to 24th. That weekend. I'll be there that weekend.
Yeah.
I don't even know what panels I'm doing yet. So,
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know there's 2 Rangers there, so I'm assuming I'm doing that panel, but
Yeah.
beyond that, I don't know. Things coming up. I honestly, it's one of those things like, I just, make sure to, check out my pages, Instagram and Facebook, so much more so there, because if you want to know, breaking news, that's sort of, where you're going to find it. So, but yeah, it's kind of just always been the seat of my pants. I am anti what they say you should be doing all the time for YouTube.
Yeah.
I have never done that. And now sometimes I wonder if would I have YouTube's my lowest number right now, right?
Okay.
But I always wonder if I had a schedule and did all this and that, would I be doing better on YouTube? But then it wouldn't be me. So
exactly. I mean, you have your own formula. You see what's working for you, and so you know what? If it ain't broke, you ain't got to fix it, right?
It could always get better, but
for sure.
I don't see. I just can't be on a schedule like that.
I get you.
I think with having a kid, and I'm sure you know too, it's just like some days I don't want to get in front of a camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not only that, but I can get news out quicker, different ways too.
Right.
So.
Well, as you know, I was doing interviews on video for a while, and ours today is not. It's actually, it's funny, for the longest time I didn't do them, and so it was weird to do them again. And there's days I do this in my garage, and it gets hot out here. So
I imagine so, man. That's tough.
I'm in Arkansas, so it gets pretty humid here, and it's last week we had a couple days that the heat index was 111, so it got pretty hot here for us. And so you don't really want to be on video because you're just sweating profusely doing the show. You don't look the greatest, so I totally understand that.
No, I do. I will bring sweat towels in here sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, especially when I was a heavier guy, I would sweat when you don't even mean to sweat, right? But trick of the trade: have a sweat towel near you just in case you need it. So just don't rub, because then your forehead's too red, and then you're like, why is my forehead too red? So yeah.
So at the beginning, I talked about how you had already kind of done something with If You Give a Dad a Podcast. Do you remember what I was talking about?
Were you talking about with the thing with Billy and Jimmy?
Yeah.
With the oh man, I don't remember what I said. They told me to say a line, but I don't remember.
They told you my dad joke, and you were like, "Yeah, dude, that's just bad."
Right. Yeah. Right. And then they came up behind me, and they're like, "Yeah," or something like that.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
I remember that. That was funny. They were like, they came up to me and they're like, "Have you heard of this guy?" I think I'd heard of you.
Yeah.
But I hadn't seen your stuff yet, and they're like, "Well, he knows who you are," and I'm like, "Okay," I was like. And I was like, I guess that was their trying to get me to do it, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it. It's cool, man. And they're trusted people, so I do whatever they they suggest. And so, but yeah, I'm not really much of an actor. That's the only thing. So I was like react this way, and I'm like, okay, but I think they did the joke. I think they kind of whatever you just did, do that, and it was like okay,
yeah. I've had some real
recording me right now. Then I was just like, whatever, but. I remember that. That was funny. That was cool. And I think I started following you after that. And then, or I might have already been following you, but yeah, I remember that. But yeah, those guys are funny, and
they are.
They already had it all planned out for me. So
everybody knows this. They're the reason why I got back into Power Rangers. They're the reason. Billy's the reason why I collect Power Ranger toys now. Is big.
So you guys influenced each other.
We did. Yeah. So I brought him to the wrestling dark side, and he brought me to the toy dark side. So. And he even, whenever you broke that news, he was like, "You're going to get those, right?" When it comes to the Funkos for Tommy Oliver. And we sent that to each other. We're like, okay, yeah, you got to get those. So yeah.
Man, I waited so long for that too.
Yeah.
I knew that news was legit.
Yeah.
But I think I put it out, and then nothing happened for 6 months, or almost a year.
Yeah.
Right? And I was just like, And then finally someone else said it, like a really trusted Funko insider said it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I started running it again. But yeah,
Right.
that was like a slow burn for sure.
All right, man. So if people want to follow you, how can they do that?
The Legacy of Nerd everywhere. So it's the same thing. There's also the Legacy of Nerd YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, the legacyofnerd.com. But the find the most up-to-date current stuff will be on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
That is where I run the most content and have like breaking news and stuff. I'm still fighting the algorithm on YouTube. It still wants me to do all Power Ranger stuff, although we've done some more DC stuff that's done okay.
Yeah,
or actually done well. But right now YouTube is still I'm still trying to break it. So it'll take some more time, but we're getting there. But yeah, just the Legacy of Nerd on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere else that you can imagine.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, man. Well, I'm going to talk to you for a few more minutes after we end this recording, but
tell you all the secrets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're going to say bye
the
here
real
for now.
end to the dark side of Power Rangers will be after this.
Yes, I can't wait. All right. Thank you, man, for being on the show. This has been a lot of fun.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
If You Give a Dad a Podcast and its host, Jared, are part of the Three Ranger Bros Studios. 3 content creators join forces to create their own YouTube channel where you can find geeky, nerdy, and fun videos with many different flavors of geekiness. From Power Rangers to video games to story writing, the 3 bros have it all, including their very own podcast called Within the Writer's Room. Jared, among others, are known as the Council. They're not the 3 Ranger Bros, but they are part of the group and are equally important. Make sure you check out the 3 Ranger Bros Studios on YouTube, or on Linktree, where you can find the 3 Ranger Bros Studios YouTube channel and everyone's individual content. It's a lot of fun. We'll see you there.
Hey listener, this is a not paid for product placement for the Zero to Hero podcast.
What do you mean
If you
not
definitely
paid?
like what you're listening to now, come on over to the Zero to Hero
keep my
podcast.
lights on. Just
Anywhere you want to be able to find your podcast
the
at,
trash bills
like
due
Apple
next week.
Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts,
How the
and
hell
Google
am I gonna get
Podcasts,
my
which
God
still a little
poison
weird.
for the next 2 weeks? All
Come
the
on over
pre-orders just
and
have to
enjoy
fucking
yourself
drop.
and listen to Billy and myself bicker, argue, and, well,
Speak of the
fight
dog,
about a lot of
no
things,
goddamn
as
dog
we are
food
the
for
bulk
the
and
next
skull
2
of
weeks.
podcasting.
How the hell am I
Good
going to
luck
get
out there,
money
and
for-
welcome back to the show.
Oh my God, we're back again.
Oh my God.
That was actually from a Backstreet Boys song. Backstreet's back.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Fun fact. I don't know where that come from.
Well, I mean, you have.
That's what happens when you take a
excellent
week
taste
vacation. I do
in
have
music,
excellent taste.
you know.
I mean, but NSYNC is clearly the more
absolutely
best.
yes, yeah. O-Town's better than Backstreet Boys.
Yeah, it's a good thing that your wife doesn't actually listen to the podcast, because
I would die right now.
We would be dead.
Yep. It's an ongoing thing in my house. Is she's a Backstreet Boys girl, and I'm definitely more in sync, and it's more. I just say things to anger her because that's.
Remember the time when you told me that, and I texted her that?
Yeah, and she just no sold it completely. I think, didn't she?
I can't remember what it was.
Yeah,
she sold it, and then. But I'm so glad that I still got dinner when we got back to your house.
It's true. Yeah, because I think that was when you were coming here and doing the recordings with me.
Yeah, that's when you used to like me.
Well, I mean, there's only so much Nicholas you can handle. So, wait. Yeah. Oh, no. You can come over anytime, bud.
Yeah, okay. Anyways, guys, I hope y'all like that interview. Jared, thank your guest.
Yeah, Daniel, thank you for coming on the show. It's something that, we've kind of talked to each other, but we've never actually had a cool conversation like we did today. And this is somebody who, hearing this interview, he is somebody who never stops. He's all the time, reporting different stories and stuff like that. He stays busy. And so him taking the time out to be on the show, I'm very grateful for that. Daniel, thank you for being on the show. I had a great time talking to you, and hopefully we can do it again.
Yeah, man. You want to know the one thing I learned from your interview?
What was that?
That guy is so much cooler than you. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm here all night. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Over there, you listening, you, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Cool.
I mean, that kind of hurts a little bit, but whatever.
It's okay.
I'll take it in stride. Whatever.
okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's fine.
Everything's
I'm fine.
Everything's
I'm fine. Yeah.
Everything is fine. Guys, did you miss us last week? We missed y'all. We just had a lot going on. We just got some stuff going on personally, and just mentally, we needed a break. Honestly, I'm just gonna come out and say it. There was an interview, and then some personal stuff come up with him.
Right.
Kevin,
We're gonna get him scheduled, though.
Yeah, Kevin Mellon was supposed to be back on the show, director of Hit Monkey. He had some personal things come up with his family, and honestly, me and Jared just needed a mental break after that. Like, and nothing to do with Kevin.
Right. Yeah.
It's just that when we were deciding, find something else, do something on our own, and we're just like, I was like, man, I need a break. And then, I was like, I just need a break. I had a lot going on.
Right.
I don't know if I've actually said this on the show or not before, but I have anxiety and bipolar depression, and life just be lifing. And I ran out of meds, and luckily I just got some today. And it's just been a tough couple weeks, and just had some other stuff health wise going on. And I just haven't been in the best of moods. And last week I was just in a bad spot, and I was like, look, if you get me on the show, there's gonna be no funny Nick on the show, so let's not.
We're just gonna get sad Nick, and sad Nick is, not what we wanted on the show.
That's right. Sad Nick doesn't move the numbers, guys. So.
Well, and for me, I'm not doing this in air conditioning. I'm sitting out here sweating. So, and last week I think we had record temperatures. I think we saw a heat index of 111, and so I was like, what? I really don't want to be out there in that temperature. So. I can do 80s, like it's in the 80s right now, and so I'm okay with that. I can do that, no problem. I got a fan in here that's quiet enough to where I can have it blow on me, and I'm good. But last week, for me, it's hot out here, y'all. Anybody who lives in the area, lives in the South, you know what it's like, and that humidity be killing you. So
killing me.
It be hot. So
it do be that. Oh, we hope that you had fun going back and listening to some old episodes.
Yeah,
had a lot of great guests this year, and thank all those people for being on the show. But we got a lot of great guests coming up in the second half of the year as well. We're deep in the second half. We're really in it's like August now.
It is, yeah. It's almost time for kids to go back to school. I think the kids go back next week. So
our kids start back Wednesday, right?
Yep. It's Wednesday when all the kids go back.
Our kids are in the same school district now, so
they are. That's cool. Yeah, and both of my kids are in the same school district now too, so that's nice. But anyways, cool. Yeah.
Summer's coming to a close. You know that summer is almost gone when school is about to start, and then of course SummerSlam hits us.
That's right. Which was this past weekend. I like how you segued into that. That was pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I had been working on that for about 30 seconds. So I was like, okay, I got this. I was like, I'm gonna ride this segue just like Paul Blart. Anyways, here we are. SummerSlam, which I personally watched the entire thing. Jared only watched one match and caught the highlights. Yep. Did you just forget it was on, or you were just like, nah? You just been down by so many PLEs lately, or just too busy, or what?
So this weekend, my daughter her birthday is after school starts, and so she wanted to do something with us, and like her best friend this past weekend because she wanted to do something before school started. So we did that. The little stuff that she wanted to do. She wanted to, go out to dinner with her friend and all that stuff. And that's what we ended up doing. And so it was more family stuff going on than anything. And so, it wasn't that I didn't know what was going on. It's just that I was being family guy.
That's all good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could understand if you had been let down by the previous PLEs that we've been. Of course, if you listen to the show, you guys know that we've been pretty bit down on the recent WWE PLEs. But I gotta say, man, SummerSlam was pretty good. SummerSlam, the first 2 nights SummerSlam, a lot of highs, man, a lot of highs. So I really enjoyed it. Night 2 was especially really great.
Yeah.
I think there's only really one low, as far as matches go.
Yeah.
A lot of good things though. Let's see. So if you don't mind, I'll just talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
And I'm not necessarily going to go through the entire thing.
Yeah.
Um, so just be like, whatever kind of deal.
Yep.
Let's go first though. Go ahead and gloat about night one, how it ended. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Here was my thing, and I said this already once. For me, they showed Seth too much for it to be an actual injury.
Okay, so in case you didn't know, so CM Punk beat Gunther at the end of night one on SummerSlam, won the championship, and about 5 minutes later, or just a couple minutes later, Seth Rollins come out there, and then he had his crutches and was like, "Soon I'm going to take that from you," and then he threw the crutches off, went and got that championship.
Okay, and so my thinking on that was, okay, they didn't. If it was a legitimate injury, like in the past, they've done something to make sense to where it would go to somebody else. But Paul Heyman was hanging on to that briefcase for dear life, which kind of made me like, what's going on here? Are they going to let one of the guys use it? And then whenever the next night they were showing Seth on, I think it was it Monday Night
Evolution.
Raw or Evolution? It was on Evolution. And, I was like, he would be at the doctor getting, an MRI or something like that. He wouldn't be.
Usually when people are injured, you don't
right.
They don't throw it in your face like that.
Right. They try to push it out of your mind and try to get the story going on because they try to take real life out of it. But whenever it's, a worked injury, then they're going to try to keep you to remember it. Oh, he's out. He's hurt. That way you're like, that'll never happen because he's hurt. Well, then, we know what happened now. So, and
did you hear the story about his daughter?
Where he took her somewhere, using the crutches and stuff?
Oh yeah, that. But he told his daughter that so him and Becky have a daughter. Her name's Rue.
Yeah,
and he told Rue, he said, "Hey, this daddy has a pretend boo boo, but you gotta keep up kayfabe, and you can't tell anybody, okay?" And Rue was like, "Okay, daddy." And then she went to her daycare and come back the next day. Was like, "Daddy, I told Miss Joy."
He's like, "No."
So he said that he wanted to thank the people that did know and wanted to thank Miss Joy for not telling everybody.
That's great. That's really great.
Yeah, fun story. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso beat Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair became the new women's tag team champions. All right, here's the first one that I really have. This is a thing that I have. Sami Zayn beat Karrion Kross.
Well, his contract's up now.
So I guess this basically with him losing, and then he was thanking people after the match, and he wasn't at Raw. Their contract runs up this weekend, so I guess he's gone.
Yep.
Unless
hopefully he'll go somewhere that will use him properly, because they have not his entire time in WWE known what to do with him, and he has so much potential. And
how do you mess it up though when everybody's behind him and his merchandise is just like selling like crazy? How do you mess that up?
It's the same way that they did with Zack Ryder. I mean, whenever he was the internet champion and everything that he came up with himself, he was hot, and WWE just kind of kept him in that mid card the whole time.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just their thing, man.
I mean, that's what they're doing with LA Knight too. I mean,
yeah,
dummy, yeah. I don't know. I was kind of upset by that one. That was the only one that I think that I didn't.
Yeah, well, I thought it was funny how on Monday night,
for sure, I said Karrion Kross.
Yeah,
was gonna win.
Yeah, I did too. On LA Knight, because he was out there on Monday night. I guess he went for the championship, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he told CM Punk, "I appreciate the help, but I didn't need it."
Yeah.
But sorry, I'm jumping the gun there. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a couple people in there that I would love to see get a push, and it's just not happening. They have their guys that they want to keep pushing, and everybody else doesn't matter.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Well, I hope Karrion Kross goes on the bigger and better things.
Yep.
Tiffany Stratton defeated Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Which was surprising, in a little bit, but then the more I thought about it, this is probably why they let Naomi win,
Right.
the other championship.
Yep.
So, I guess I'm assuming maybe they'll let Naomi keep that to WrestleMania, and I think Jade really still needs work though. I want to see her go for like the U.S. championship.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
You know, do that first, and then later on. Okay, this is the weirdest, the the biggest head scratcher to me. To me was Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeats Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. First off, you knew my opinions on this match beforehand.
Yep.
But I gotta say, Jelly Roll really did great.
Did he?
Did really good. He did really good. Here's my thing though. So this is a weird booking decision in my head. Okay. So I thought that going in that Jelly Roll and Randy Orton would probably lose based on the way that momentum going into the thing.
Yeah.
So it made sense just the way that WWE does things.
Right.
But the way they did this was they had Jelly Roll get taken out by Logan Paul. Logan Paul frog splashed him through a table.
Okay.
Through the announce table.
Yeah.
Like from the top rope. So was taken out. And then they had Jelly Roll like being helped out of the arena and stuff like that. And he was like seeing Randy get beat up, and then he like come in and stuff like this and had like, like this hot run or whatever, getting tagged in and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So you would think that would lead to a win, right? But then they just like then all of a sudden he just got Claymored, and that was the end of the match. So it was really weird. Kind of like, why did you build this up in a way to where it looked like this babyface comeback? Not, he was injured being helped out, but he was like, no, I'm gonna do this and come in, and it was a weird booking decision in my head, but I don't know.
So yes and no. And the only reason why I say no is because I never found Jelly Roll believable to begin with.
But you didn't watch the match, though.
I didn't watch the match, but I'm saying just Jelly Roll in general in a wrestling match, straight up, no. That's something that they should have done during the PG era of when they had the celebrity guest host of Monday Night Raw type of stuff. And I never believed in it. I thought it was a waste of time. And so as much as I love Jelly Roll and his music, and I've liked Jelly Roll for a very, very long time, I had no desire to see him in a wrestling ring.
Yeah.
And so him losing, it's almost like, this isn't for him. There's a reason why these guys are the professionals. They're the ones who get the win.
Here's what WWE's going to do. Since he lost, they're going to keep it going.
Oh, God, I know. I wish they wouldn't, though.
So we'll see. We'll see how SmackDown goes. Anyway, that was night one, because where he went through Seth Rollins, all that stuff. Night two, and I'm just breezing through these mainly because you're not didn't watch it, so can't really talk too much about it. Night two, though, man, like Sheamus and Rusev, it was banger after banger after banger.
Yeah.
Except for the U.S. Championship match, but we'll skip that one. It opened up with a triple threat match: Naomi defeating Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Such a great match. If you're gonna go back, you really need to watch night two. It's just
okay.
I mean, it's just so good, because I was about to say, if you're gonna watch a match, probably watch this one, but then the next match. The next match, this is the 20th anniversary of the first TLC match.
Oh wow!
So they had a 6-pack TLC match for tag team. The Wyatt Six, who are the champions, versus Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, Fraxium, and Andrade and Rey Fenix.
Mm-hmm.
The Hardys and the Dudleys are both at ringside watching. It was so good. It was amazing. That's the match. And
I know you
that
sent
Candice
me
LeRae thing, right?
Yeah. Well, you also sent me like a picture of like the one of them
hanging on the. It was Ciampa.
He's
Yeah,
upside down,
hanging.
hanging on that.
Yeah, because he had a hold of it, and he had a hold of it, and then the ladder got moved or whatever, and he was still holding on to it, and then
Yeah.
they like tried to grab him, so he just put his legs up, and I was like, what the hell? A really cool moment at one time is Andrade and Ray Phoenix had a little moment where they moved the ladder out of the way,
Yeah.
and Ray Phoenix jumped on Andrade's shoulders to try to jump up and grab the briefcase because they didn't want to mess with the ladder.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that one. That one was kind of cool. And there for a second, so bringing up somebody that you said was in this match, I'm glad to see that Motor City Machine Guns are still going.
Yeah, I mean they can go, man.
They can.
They've been going for like over 20 years, man.
That was one of my favorites in back in when I used to watch TNA. That was them. Them against Beer Money. They had a best of 5 series. And oh my God, that was one of the things that got me watching TNA was Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah, it was good. I mean I would probably have to watch that match if I had to choose one. I'd probably watch that one.
Yeah.
But I think the whole show was pretty good. Women's Intercontinental Championship, no disqualification match, Becky versus Lyra.
Yeah,
that was pretty good too. The United States Championship match, steel cage match, Solo versus Jacob Fatu, overbooked. Of course, had everybody from the MFTs come out there and blah 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 this and
right.
So yeah. Anyways, that less to said about that, the better. And then the Intercontinental Championship match, Dominic versus AJ. Dominic beat AJ. Very surprising. But they had the dueling chants sometimes when they had dueling chants for different people. And
yeah.
A lot of times it's Cena. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks.
Yeah.
They had one for AJ and Dirty Dom. It was like AJ Styles, and they're like Dirty Dom.
That's cool.
And the Dirty Dom, I think, was louder than AJ's.
Here's the thing with Dom. He grew up in it, so he gets it, And so he's still the young guy, but I think he's got some longevity in him. And I think he's going to be able to do some things, like, I mean, the end of that match, he's bringing in stuff like Eddie back into it, even though AJ, I think, wasn't he wearing, wasn't his his tights,
Eddie stuff,
Eddie tights. Yeah. So, I mean, but I really like the things that Dom has been doing. I mean, at first I was kind of annoyed by him, but now it's like, okay, he's kind of getting into his groove, and he's actually really good at what he does.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really impressed with him.
He just needs to stop doing the 619. It looks weird when he does it because he's way too big.
He's way too big. The 619 is just for little people, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's way too big. What was I gonna say? Then the last match was Cody versus John Cena. So on SmackDown, John Cena went face again, and which you thought that so you had to go for night 1, but I'm going for night 2.
Yeah,
was that I said that you were like, oh, Cena or Cody's definitely going to go heel, and I was like, I don't know if they should have done a double turn. I was like, it doesn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me logically. The only thing I thought maybe was Cena go back heel and kind of rused in.
right.
It just and so I said they're both going to end up one of them will win, and then they'll shake hands afterwards and go watch. What did I say? They're going to go watch Squid Games after, right?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that
That's
what I
what
told
she
you?
said. Yeah.
Well, they definitely. It was a very passing the torch moment. It was
Right.
kind of reminiscent of like when Rock passed the torch to Cena or Hogan passed the torch to The Rock, and
Right.
like one of those moments after the match and Cody won, and he was crying and Cena was like hugging him and talking to him and whispering in his ear and stuff like that, and you just know that he was saying, this is your time or whatever. And it's just, as a Cody fan who's been a Cody fan for a long, long time,
Yeah.
like everything that Cody's done, that was just it's really cool moment to see Cody become the guy,
Right.
because I mean, it's just so cool. It's just so cool,
Yeah.
But I think I know the match was pretty good too.
Yeah, for sure.
Street fight, right?
Yes, and they didn't leave anything. They might as well put the kitchen sink in there with everything that they did in that match.
That was a real good match, and Cena went the whole time, man. I was really impressed. I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
okay. So it was really good.
So there was something funny after the match was over. One of the guys that I know in independent wrestling out of Oklahoma, I forget which one it was saying that Cody was paying his dues that night by helping take down the ring when he started taking the ropes apart and stuff. Yeah.
Dude, that match, I was like, is this match ever going to end? Jesus Christ. Like, there were so many near falls, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, now he just made Cody A8 him through the top. I was like, no, now he's going to win. Dang it. Oh, he didn't win? And then it was like three freaking crossroads, and Cody didn't win either. I was like, bro, I was like, what is going on?
Yeah. Yeah. I was waiting for somebody to come out at that point.
Yeah. Oh, but if somebody did come out afterwards, and it was the Beast, Brock Lesnar, come out returning,
see that coming.
Took Cena out. We're going to Suplex City one more time, at least.
Yep,
for Cena is.
Yeah, yeah. Man, I did not expect that at all.
It just it's just so much going on with Brock. I don't know if this was the time to do that.
Right.
For many things, I have many opinions on it, and I'm trying. I just think with the legal situation going on, probably wasn't the smartest idea. Also, I feel like if Cena, this is it for Cena, I feel like he should have, since it's it for Cena, I think out of the feuds to run back, this was not one of them.
Yeah,
this is not the one you run back. Randy one more time, CM Punk one more time, that was cool. I rather much.
We need AJ again too.
We need AJ.
He can beat
AJ
up John
would have been
Cena.
the one. Yeah, AJ one more time, and then probably work with like Drew, or somebody, something like that. Have Drew be his last match to take him out.
Or have him just beat the crap out of Dirty Dom.
God,
young whippersnapper.
He wants the Intercontinental Championship. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was an exciting moment. I popped. I'm not gonna. I mean,
I did too. We both.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
God.
Yeah, I mean, even Michael Cole said, "Holy shit!"
He did. Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I mean, it was an exciting moment, but then afterwards, then you're like, "Oh, yeah," because you didn't think about it.
Then you're like, "Wait a minute."
Think about it.
Yeah.
You didn't think about the legal stuff that's going on with.
Well, my brain went, "Oh, they must have cleared him." Is where I went with, and then you find out, maybe not. Then it's like, oh.
Well, I saw all these people saying that he was cleared, but then did you see what the lady's lawyer said?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I was like,
I don't know, man. Money talks, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. But like you said, there's plenty of other people that could have came back. Man, I know it ain't gonna happen. I would love to see Edge one more time with Cena, because they had some of the best stuff. Edge and Cena.
It's physically impossible, but
it is. But damn it, I want it.
Yeah.
So
AJ Styles would have been cool though,
for sure. Beat up John Cena. That's right.
Even if Kevin Owens wasn't hurt,
that
would have been cool too.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
But anyway, SummerSlam was really great though. I definitely recommend watching Night 2 if I was you. The whole thing.
I might do that. I might go back and rewatch that. So we are going to move on to the next part of our show, and we are going to do a thing where you review different books. For people who know it, it is In the Stacks with Nick. For those of you that don't know it, this is where Nick talks about other people's stuff.
Yeah. I got some stuff on the horizon. But as of this month, this month is August, but I like to call it Mangust, because I only read manga personally, unless I'm reviewing something. I only read manga, on my personal time in the month of August.
Gotcha.
I don't read any novels or anything, and so I call it Mangust. I've done it. This is my third year in a row. So a lot of Berserk getting read. But anyways, so I'm going to talk about a book. I just sent it to you a while ago. I see that you saw that.
Uh-huh.
It's a manga. It's called Spider-Man Fake Red. It's the story and art is by Yazuki Asawa.
Look at you saying names.
Watch it be exactly how you say it, but then people's names that are in perfect English I can't say right.
Yep.
Anyway, this is like 14 manga chapters together. And this, I'm going to try to read this. This awkward teenager puts on Spider-Man's suit, but quickly learns being a hero isn't all photo ops and social media likes. Yu's new high school is kind of awful. He's failing his classes and striking out socially. Everything changes when he finds one of Spider-Man's costumes abandoned in an alleyway. At first, it's fun to put on the costume and play hero, but when powerful enemies appear, Yu quickly realizes he's out of his element. Still, with a real Spider-Man nowhere to be found, the city needs someone to save it. So basically, he found out Spider-Man's kind of like given up, I guess, and thrown his costume and in the trash, and even his web shooters. So this kid finds it, decides he's going to be Spider-Man, which is all
Oh.
cool. He's like saving little kids and doing normal stuff, and then all of a sudden, then he has to start fighting villains. So like then it's got like um Scorpions in here, and then Venom's in here at one point. And the Sinister Six eventually comes in. Silk makes an appearance, Cindy Moon. Um, Screwball is in here, and then eventually, so it's just like he's having to be Spider-Man, but without the superpowers. He's just so it's really cool. It's really fun. I like these manga takes on superheroes.
Yeah.
It's real exciting stuff here. Right, and if you're a big fan of manga, that's always good.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Spider-Man, it's really good as well because it's just very interesting. Like one day and you're probably in your head, you're like, wouldn't it be cool if Spider-Man was real and then I was like had spider powers or whatever, some like you do as kids and
Right,
just
right.
So it's just like imagine what if you found Spider-Man's suit in a trash can? You know, so what would happen then? Would and
Yep.
I think that's a really cool type story of what would happen. And so I really enjoyed it. It's just very interesting to see this random teenager, have the costume and like try to be Spider-Man without being Spider-Man.
Right.
I mean, he's got the web shooters, so he can do that.
Slamming into walls.
He's actually pretty good.
Oh.
He does pretty all right. And there's, like I said, a lot of different people are in here, and then eventually the Spider-Man comes back. But it's a great little story. I really enjoyed it. If I got this at Target whenever it came out. I don't know if you could still find it there, but you could find it at Barnes and Noble or Amazon or something like that, or ask your local bookstore to order it for you.
Right.
It was really great. And I mean, it's quick read. Manga's quick read in general.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know exactly how many pages right offhand that it is. Over 300 pages, but I mean, it's like, it's quick.
Right.
So if you like manga, read it. If you like Spider-Man, read it too. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Right on. Right on. All right. Well, thank you for doing that, Nick. We do all kinds of different stories. Last week, I believe it was a children's book that you had to
Yep, the
review.
last episode.
Yeah. And the last episode, not last week. It's been 2 weeks. I'm still trying to get back on track here, but so thank you for doing that. I really appreciate hearing your thoughts on this and getting it out there. Yeah, so if you like what you hear on this show, make sure that you go out there and you follow our podcast networks that we're a part of as well. If you want to find other really cool shows, we are part of the OIW Podcast Network and the Zeo to Hero Podcast Network. They both have amazing shows on there that you can find and listen to while you're waiting on a new episode of this to drop.
And if you want to listen to some other things, why don't you listen to our brother podcast, If You Give a Dad a YouTube channel, and If You Give a Dad a Cosplay. Ty Tiger and Cosplay Dude 637 host both of those shows respectively. And so if you want tips on starting your own YouTube channel or other technology type stuff, or if you want to learn how to build your own cosplay, then those are great shows to watch and listen to. So check those out.
Absolutely. And if you like our ending theme song, that is D-Cure who created that about 3 years ago. I believe at the end of this year, it'll be 3 years that he created that. And if you like the way that sounds, make sure that you go out there and follow him. I will have a link to his stuff in the show notes. And he also has some pretty funny videos on TikTok. So just check his stuff out.
And while you're checking out people's stuff, why don't you check out our merch? It's on our Etsy page. Our merch is made by Stickers by Stasha, who is Jared's wife. And if he does mention us on every show, then he's not allowed to do the podcast anymore.
That's right. And I have to sleep on the couch. So.
That's not true. I just made that up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Made it up. But follow Stickers by Stasha on Facebook and Instagram. By the way, she does have an Instagram because it came up on a suggestion on our original Geek page the other day.
She told me. Yeah, she told me. She was like, she asked if I did that. And I was like, no, it wasn't me. So
oh yeah,
like, it must have been Nick.
And it said friend suggestion or follow suggestion, and it says Stickers by Stasha. I was like, hey, she does have an Instagram.
Yeah, and so also if you want to find any of the stuff for Original Geek, because there is some new books that are about to drop when it comes to the stuff there, you can find all of that in the link tree as well. I have a link in my link tree to everything that is Original Geek as well. We have
Vengeance issue 5.
Yep,
is that what you're going? Is that what you're going?
Yes, yep, that's what I was doing. I drew a blank there for a second. We have
it's coming out.
Yeah.
it's releasing. It's releasing next week. Or actually, as of this recording, this week. So why don't you go ahead and go over to Original Geek and pre-order the issue 5 of Vengeance. And hey, don't forget Vengeance issue 4. In case you didn't do that, guess what? It's on the website now.
Oh snap! You got it.
It only took me months to get it. Yeah, our hostinger decided it was going to work and allow me to edit the website.
Nice.
And if you get both of those books, you can get the new Vengeance trading cards.
Nice.
Collect all 4. They're pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I kind of pop for them whenever they come in the mail. But once I open them, I was like, these are actually really cool. I'll have to give them to you next time.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. I would love to see them. So yeah, and also, like I said, if you want to find their stuff, you can also go into the link tree that is in the show notes here, and my stuff is linked on there, or our stuff is linked on there, and Original Geek stuff is linked. Vice versa. It's a sharing thing that we do. So, that way you can find my stuff on theirs and their stuff on ours, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Sharing is caring.
That's right.
And if you like to share things, then make sure that you comment, and subscribe to all of our channels, and make sure you share.
Yes.
Share with your friends, share with your enemy, and share with your children's teachers when you go to open house this week, because you know what? They need some joy in their life because school is starting back up and they're probably not going to be in the best of moods. Your kid's probably a brat and they need something to listen to after dealing with your kid all day. So
That's true.
Share our podcast.
Yeah. Nick, I actually saw an ad for a radio that was only $1. But the volume was stuck on full blast. I couldn't turn it down. All right. Well, we love you guys. We hope you have a wonderful week, and we will see you next time.
Bye. To even give you a hard time.
It was awful.
I'm in my room grounded, but I got a podcast on. He calls us beautiful people, then tells us who we have on. The best part of my day, though we're blacked out in my pods. Tell my friends all about it so that they follow along. And the host is kinda nerdy, but guess what I am as well. I don't feel so alone and I began walking out of my shell. Heard a story, I needed connection I haven't felt. I'll be looking for the next one, till then farewell. It's the podcast for me. Have it on, better go see. And listen closely. Download and tune in remotely. It's the podcast for me. Have it on, better go see. And listen closely. Download and tune in remotely.
This podcast is part of the OIW Podcasting Network.
Chop it, send it.